You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Promoting people with passion all over the globe. Interviews every weekend. Album reactions every month. This is your host, Media Man Dan. Let's rock!
No, I'm saying, no, brakes! Guys, why aren't the brakes working?
Because I cut the brakes! Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Pockets and razor blades, brass knuckles to your face. Your position's fine to take. I have come to decimate. Hit you with a hollow can, uppercut the ultimate. Feeling like a scorpion, bitch, get over here. Beat you blindfolded, call me Kissy. I tear you up like kimchi. First I crush you like Shao Kahn, then I end your whole career. Then I end your whole career. Then I end your whole career. I ain't fucking scared, we can run it, you ain't Goku. This is Tekken Tag, Rob Blackhead here to show you. I ain't fucking stupid, I play people like Sudoku. I get you where I want, and then I crush you like a Nomu. I make you lose composure, I'm already in your head. I infect the way you think and make you wish that you were dead. Swinging for the fences like it's Biggie versus Lil. I brought that baseball bat with the nails in it. Base.
Mario one up, throw one turtle. I done seen a lot of cats cause the flow fertile. Ain't a bet that we can hurt them, jump 'em like a hurdle. Never heard the hurdle, low panther on a purge. Found his word off the liquor when I swerve. I'm like Bo right child with the verbs, it's absurd. I'm blowing up, I ain't even spitting no more. Photo with fo. Shooting photos of my foes. Trying to tag toes cause the soul's cold. So I coast. Defeat the only option for my opposition. I'm sitting on them, I don't even need a pot to piss in. Burn the plus of pistons on the muscles of America. And I'm flyer than an aircraft carrier. Hidden character, werewolf, you a terrier. Terrified cause I'm about to bury you. No need for scaring or preparing you. Building barriers. Cause the firewall tall enough the glitch can't hack. Back to back outcast boys stacked and we back in black out attacking. My Decepticons mobilized. This is how murder sounds realized, bitch.
What y'all motherfuckers know about that, man? Y'all can never do that, not in a million years. Let's fucking go.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Today is an absolutely epic day. As I always say, I bring on nothing but the best guests, and today is an absolute legend of the podcast. Plague Beast is back for his second round with me. We are going to be talking about his brand new album, Plague 316, an absolute banger of the year that came out late November. Super excited for all you guys to go and check it out in the description right down below. Stream all your favorite songs. It's a lot of anger, a lot of angst, and a lot of awesome music overall. It's so great to have you back on the podcast, man. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing better now that we're hanging out, dude. It's good to be back.
Hell yes, sir. How did you feel about the words I was saying while I was reacting?
Felt good about it, man. High praise coming from you. Obviously, you have all the media around you. That's your thing. So any positive from you, you know what you're talking about. I know you know what you're talking about. I've seen your CD collection, seen everything. So if you have good things to say, I know I'm headed in the right direction.
100%. And he will not be getting a warning post before I put a review out of the album like I did for Linkin Park. And we'll dive deeper into that a little later on. But dude, seriously, I love the new album. I think that you really understand what it means to use distortion and not overcrowd it. Because when you first started, you had that sound where it was the vocals and the distortion at the same time, and it was nearly impossible to hear those words specifically. And now you can hear it, and its individual sound, and it just sounds so good together. The mixing, the mastering, whatever you're doing is just improving over this 1 year of time that we've talked since. It's crazy, man. Already been a year, or almost two now.
Yeah, we're like a year and a half, yeah.
Insane. But it's good to have you back. I really want to know one thing that is most important right now. What are you doing for Christmas time, Mr. Christmas Lights?
So we actually have Christmas lights up all year long. Christmas lights, Halloween lights, whatever. We just have string lights going. When a strand goes out, we replace it. I think, no, the one in here is still working, but we have some out there that are dead that we need to replace. Christmas time, it's kind of weird. I mentioned in the pre-show that I've gotten like 2 different jobs since we like had a podcast conversation last. So I'm believe I'm actually working on Christmas Eve, which is when me and my family usually do things. We might be doing our Christmas like the weekend before, and then my wife's family's Christmas day of. I'm not exactly sure yet.
How dare they do that to you? But I probably will be also.
Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is.
It's so random. I think Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday, and the actual holiday is on a Wednesday, which is strange.
Oh my gosh, it's actually a Wednesday this year?
I think so. I think that's what I looked and saw.
I hate that.
See.
I hate hump days.
It's so random. Yeah, Christmas is on a Wednesday, Christmas Eve on a Tuesday. Very weird.
Great stuff. Well, at least you have the Christmas lights to just give that spirit forever. You were saying that you keep them up all the time. My first thought instantly, I know it's going to make it very obvious that I've been watching too much Netflix, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So when you
Fair
saw
enough.
Will Byers' house and when Winona putting it up on the wall, Joyce, and seeing that, you were probably like, oh, she's so late. It should have been up all the time. Like, that's how
Just
you
leave
connect
'em
to
up,
the
yeah.
Demogorgon.
That's one of the best scenes in the whole show, though, is when she figures out she can communicate with him through the Christmas lights. I loved that. Such a good show.
Terrifying and so smart at the same time.
Yes.
They had Six Flags actually got the rights to use Stranger Things this year. I didn't get to go in the haunted house, but they did have a room like that. I got to see pictures and video from, and it looked absolutely incredible. I really wish that they didn't have a paywall of like $10 and start opening haunted houses at like 7 o'clock at night, but maybe next year. We'll see. Either way, I'm excited for the next season.
I am too. It's been long overdue because going back to, we talked in the pre-show a little bit about last time we spoke, my kid was itty bitty. Like the night before my daughter was born, we were finishing Stranger Things season 4, I guess it was. Mm-hmm. So like we're working on 3 years ago now.
It's crazy how much time is taking for this momentum to be built. I don't know what they're doing right now. Like Millie Bobby Brown hasn't talked about anything. Even her Damsel movie barely got any marketing around it. As far as I know, there was only like one podcast guest that brought it up out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, what'd you think? He's like, it was great. I was like, well, shit, I wish more people said that because I didn't hear anyone talking about it. Finn Wolfhard, I haven't heard about him doing anything, but Dustin, out of all people, was on stage with Josh Groban on Broadway doing Sweeney Todd. What a crazy thing.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny. You know, a lot of the people from Stranger Things are musically inclined. Like they do music. I don't remember all the actors' names. The actor that plays Vecna, you know, he was in a band. The guy that plays, forget his name, the Native American guy, he's in a rap group called Dumb Bitches with Internet. It's hilarious. And more people sing and do that on the cast too. It's very interesting.
It's the adult version of how you cast a Disney Channel star. Can you play music that is absolutely ridiculous? Yes. Okay, you're hired.
You're in.
You're in. You passed the test. No, his Gum Daliki Diki Tam Tantai, whatever song that they play, every time that he showed up, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a weird ass season. And by the end of it, I was like, yeah, this is a weird ass season. Yeah. I love that that's how we got to meet him though. Like he's just the stoner of the 80s.
Yeah. He just loves pizza, man. Loves pizza and weed.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So what we actually love is music, and let's talk about yours right now. We have the brand new album called Plague 316, taking from the verse in the Bible that's been quoted so many times, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son so that you and I could have eternal life. Very biblical of me to go there, but at the same time, I know what 316 means. And John, what does Plague 316 mean?
So to understand Plague 316, we already got John 316 out of the way. You also, of course, have to reference Austin 316. The whole EP is anime, fighting, video game, and wrestling themed at the end of the day. Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass, in response to, I believe it was Jake the Snake Roberts after Stone Cold won King of the Ring. I think it was Jake the Snake Roberts who referenced John 3:16. So he said, if your 3:16 says this, Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. Coming off of my last EP, people were very offended that I had some choice words for other bands and people on the scene, diss tracks, whatever. So Plague 3:16 says, I just dissed your band. And I kind of went off of that idea and built an EP around it.
Dude, and you made this the heaviest EP yet.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely used a lot more metal influence while making this one.
Indeed, but the one song that I really wanted to hear on the EP that didn't make it because we were apparently not within the 11-11-11 was the one with Fuzzy Dysfunction, Poser. I love that song and the way that you guys just amped up the metal on that shit. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm always working on something with those guys. That they're some of my best friends in the world. Brendan like makes my merch for me. I'm talking to those guys pretty regularly. They actually already, spoiler alert, first time talking about this ever. New EP's already in the works. They're already on that. So
Yes.
you'll have more for sure.
Absolutely epic. And you were just talking about merch. If you guys are looking at my shirt right now, you cannot buy it. I promise. This is just for me for right now. My fiance was awesome enough to make this amazing shirt. You can look at it all you want, but you can't buy it. We are promoting people with passion. That's what we do on this podcast. Anyway, man, it is great to have you back on, and it is great to talk about the album. What is your current favorite song that you put out?
I go back and forth. The new stuff is obviously the best because I just put it out. My opinion will change over time. But as far as the new stuff, I go back and forth between Forbidden Techniques and Attitude Era.
Hell yes. Oh my God. Attitude Era, when you started posting that as like the number one song on every post, I was like, okay, he's really pushing this song. It's got to be the best one. So the first time I heard it, I was like, yes. Yes, a perfect opener.
Yeah. Yeah, I get right to the point. It doesn't overstay its welcome. There's a good hook in there. I really like it.
And you can actually do this if you really wanted to be smart with marketing. When you're going on tour, call it the Attitude Eras Tour.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Attitude Eras, like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm really pumped for this whole project to be out, man. I'm happy that you're able to release some more energy. I love that you're always angry. I think I said this the first time that we ever chatted. You're so honest, and that is like the greatest thing to hear. No matter if you guys are like, oh, this isn't my type, or if you love it, he sounds fucking awesome, and he's pissed off about it. And that's what I love to hear.
All the time.
Except for
if
right
I'm
now.
not making music, I'm furious. So as I'm recording, I'm still furious, and I only feel better by the time I'm done.
He's literally the anger emotion from Inside Out.
Inside Out, yeah.
Oh, man. But speaking of movies and things like that, what's one of your favorite movies you've seen this year so far?
I really haven't seen that many this year. I actually still haven't even seen like the new Marvel stuff that's come out. I've just been way behind. I go through trends and phases and stuff I like doing. Like I'll go through a phase where I want to watch nothing but anime. I'll go through a phase where I don't really care about like music for a little bit, and then I'll get angry, and that, of course, references I have to start recording. But I'll go through a phase I want to watch anime. I'll go through a phase like I want to spend my free time playing games. I'll go through a phase where I want to spend my time doing nothing but recording, doing vocal covers, figuring out algorithms and seeing how it works. I don't even think I've seen a new movie this year, to be honest with you.
Dude, can we make a YouTube channel? Everything you just said is my current struggle all the time. I'm like, I should put out a vocal cover. Nah, I'm just going to play video games. I haven't played this game in a while. Nah, I should go and see that movie again. Oh my gosh, I love this TV show. Like, that's how it's been with all year long. It's been a new hobby every week besides, obviously, the main one. And I'm like, what am I doing? Just pick one and stick to it.
There are just so many things fighting for our attention every day. You get home from work, you want to spend time with your family as much as you can. Sometimes friends call you. Sometimes friends are like, hop on the game. Sometimes, you want to sit down and play a game by yourself. Sometimes you want to catch up on anime. Sometimes you want to binge watch Netflix. I mean, just everything is fighting for our attention all the time.
Sometimes it's a Kill Tony night.
Sometimes it's a Kill Tony night, absolutely. There are some nights I get home, eat dinner, it's time to go to bed, whatever. I'll just scroll Instagram Reels, hours and hours, looking at comedy, looking at just dumb stuff, looking at bands that are throwing targeted ads at me, just hours until I go to bed. It's Instagram Reels. That just is what it is sometimes.
Speaking of targeted ads, I don't know what the algorithm is saying, but I love you now. I don't know how you got me so well. Not only is Spotify hearing exactly what I want to hear, like it's like, oh, we're taking note on everything that you love, and here is a new band that you've never heard of with everything you love in it. And I'm like, where the hell have these guys been? And it's like they just dropped a new album. I'm like, I'm going to reach out to them. I literally messaged a band the first time I heard them. By the end of the day, they were up for an interview.
Oh, it's amazing.
And I
I
was
love
like,
when
dude,
that happens.
amazing music. I couldn't believe it. And they knew a couple of the bands that I listened to. So I was like, okay, this is going to be great. So hopefully next year, Descape will be on the podcast. And I've got to promote them. They're so damn good. Heavy, but awesome. And their choruses, oh, I
Yeah.
was showering. I put it on repeat. I have the Speak Into Siri box, whatever, the HomePod, and I was just
Oh, yeah.
like, "Oh, hey, play that again.
Yeah.
It's like, who
Over
the
and
hell
over.
is this? How did I not find them? Thank you, Spotify. But Instagram, same for them. Oh my god, I find so many cool pages and great artists and so many great comedians now. It finally is over the political hump, so that we can get back to normality.
Right. Exactly.
But speaking of all of the world interest that's going on right now, how do you feel America is going to be going in the future? I know you don't have to go political, but do you feel like we picked the best choice?
In my opinion, between the two, probably, yeah. I'm excited about the gas, groceries hopefully being cheaper because we saw that trend when he was president before. There's a lot of other things I'm not going to claim to understand that could happen. I don't know. I'm not really invested in politics. I see things from a very anarchist perspective. We need a smaller government with more citizen control, in my opinion. But from the options given, because let's be honest, if you vote for someone that's not a main candidate, you're throwing away your vote.
Yep.
Between the options given, that's probably what's best for the majority.
There you go. There you go. That's how it should be said. It's a simple and plain point. You have not shown any bias towards either candidate because that would be insane to do that. To be like,
Yeah.
vote for blue no matter who, vote for red if they're Fred, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Right.
shut up.
It's so stupid when that's the campaign. They're both terrible people. They're politicians and billionaires. They're just awful human beings. I think we might be a little bit better off with the choice we have, but you know,
We'll see.
well, I guess we'll see.
It's
We'll
always
find
up
out.
in the air. Yeah, we don't know
It's
until we
always
know.
up in the air. Yeah.
My thing about it is that I am also looking forward to that we've actually normalized the idea that gas should be $4, and that is a problem, a serious problem, knowing that is increased 100%, 200% since I got out of high school. That is insane, and we should never be okay with that. But we've been so desensitized to the idea that this is just the way that it is now. So I'm hoping that it will save that. But let's just talk about it as a father. This is a perspective that most of you young people aren't understanding. How much are diapers right now, my friend?
Oh, it's crazy. Thank God ours has finally grown out of it. A pack of diapers that would last us like a week and a half, like the big box, it's like $50 for a week and a half. So
50.
every week, that's $50 extra.
Oh boy,
It's
$200
insane.
to every single bill that you're paying every month. How much fun to see all your paycheck money go straight into that. You have no way of doing
Exactly.
anything fun. What do you want to go to a concert? Not happening. Got to get diapers. This is what happens when the economy is in an absolute collapse. And so we just hope that whoever were to win in any case is going to change how it currently is. That's all I'm saying. Simple and easy.
Honestly, yeah.
Summary there. But we'll get out of that stuff right now. I got to talk about Linkin Park with you. You tagged
Yes.
me, and I appreciate that you tagged me. You must see me as a very high place critic in your mind because we had such a deep conversation about Linkin Park before.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Emily and the new album? And are they a new band? Because a lot of people are saying that.
So I tagged you and my buddy Kyle Kirby, the vocalist for Atlantic Blue, because I don't know any bigger Linkin Park fans than the three of us. I think we're pretty high up there on the algorithm. I don't think they're a new band. I think that there are some songs on the album that are good songs, but not good Linkin Park songs. But I also think that there are some songs on there that are incredible Linkin Park songs. Two-Faced is one of the best songs they've put out in years. Emptiness Machine is amazing. Heavy as the Crown is amazing. Stuff on the back half of the album, I Gave You Everything I Had, and the song, whatever that is before that, amazing. Stained and Overflow, I think the songs, I would consider those like, okay, these are good songs. I wouldn't necessarily consider them Linkin Park songs.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to like the album Living Things, you see some songs take a different direction. And ever since Meteor Hybrid Theory, you have different subsets of Linkin Park style songs on records past that. But I just don't think it necessarily fits. I think they could have, like, if there was a B-side or something that got left out for that, whatever got left out could have worked better on the album, in my opinion. For me, it's a solid 7 out of 10.
There you go. We're in the exact same category. What I saw, what I did not expect, I should say, was that Emily can actually sing. I was so happy to see that she could sing, because all we saw from her was that live performance, the whole crowd going crazy, and I'm hearing all of these things pitched up, and I'm like, wait, that's not Chester's range. And then I'm hearing Mike like talk about like she just learned how to scream. I'm like, she just learned what the fuck, bro? Who are you picking? Are you crazy? Like, this is Linkin Park. So like, I'm, in rage mode. I put my little stream out so that everybody could hear my opinion. And that was, of course, towards you as well. Cause everybody wants to know what's going on. And my opinion is that I'm wrong. And I think she's a great fit. She's not the best, of course. That goes to Chester, no doubt. He is the literal king of Linkin Park. You cannot have Linkin Park without Chester, in my opinion.
Sure.
But what she did for them to come back and use so many of their styles and culminate that into one big project, giving us a taste of each. And then probably what they'll do, if I know how marketing works, is they'll just see how hot each one of those songs and the deeper cuts, not just the singles, but the deeper cuts go. And then they'll be like, oh, they want more of that. Boom, they're getting more of that. Or they'll do what Linkin Park does most and probably make an indie pop album next.
Yeah, every album a different genre.
Yeah,
like going from Minutes to Midnight to 1,000 Suns. It's just such a dichotomy.
It's so crazy.
It's so interesting.
Even Hunting Party from that. Oh my god, that was such a weird choice.
Yeah. I loved Hunting Party, though. Keys to the Kingdom is an incredible album, and I'll never forget that.
Bro, I've been obsessed with that song. It has been nonstop playing. Every time my Spotify DJ is like, you haven't heard this song in a while. I'm like, I just heard it yesterday, but
I heard it yesterday. What are you talking about? Put it on again. I'm not complaining.
Never. And I think that'll probably just keep rising as the year goes on, and probably next year too. It'll probably become my number one most streamed song, because it like the structure of it is Linkin Park in every way, and it also has the Hunting Party heaviness. Like, it just fits in every category, and I was like, yes.
Right. That whole record, I love that record too. That might be my top 3 Linkin Park for me. Because you got Wastelands, you got War. You got, I don't even remember the track list right now, but that's a really solid record too. Mm-hmm. It's different, but it's different in a good way. And it's the direction they went really fit with everyone's strengths.
True. And the final track, just like the new album as well, with Good Things Go, we had Final Masquerade on Hunting Party, an absolute amazing outro for an amazing album. Took me so long to get into it because I got it for free. I don't know if I told you this story, but I got that for free from Google Play. Like, they were like, here you go. Okay. And I think that I talked about it on our first chat. And it was just like, oh, cool, an album, thanks. That's all I saw it as. I didn't, I wasn't like obsessed with Linkin Park yet. I didn't know what their overall like meaning of my existence was going to like contribute to them. I didn't know how much of their albums I was going to buy. I only knew them as the new metal band that sounded cool with rap and rock. That's all that I had.
Right.
And so when I heard the first couple of songs, I was like, not for me. Okay, cool. And I moved on until it was getting closer to that time period where things were changing. And when Chester passed away, even after seeing them, I still wasn't fully obsessed yet. Isn't that insane? That's insane? Crazy. But when he passed, it gave me so much more nuance. And I went back with this fresh new perspective of, he was telling us the whole time what was going on in his head. I need to analyze this. I need to understand this. A psychological breakdown to get to the point where he was at. Where was it that it, like, this all changed? Where was the cherry on top? Where did the iceberg collapse? Like, what happened?
Right.
To make this happen. And so that's what invested my time and my energy. And then I bonded with Allison's brother over it. And we had such a great bond, and we still do, that we bought the new album, the Green Edition, off of Amazon. I don't know if you saw, but you can get that.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's crazy. But yeah, from 0, 7 out of 10 as well. That's my summary for Linkin Park there. As for you though, let's talk about each track. We have a few tracks on here, and I love a short album, especially because the binge quality is fantastic. Like, you're like, oh, I want to make it through an album, but I don't have enough time today. Plague 316. Oh, I'm on the pot a little bit too long, just taking a shit in the bathroom. Plague 316. Oh, I can't remember if I had to do this or this, but I have 15 minutes free. Plague 316. Oh, you need to make sure that your phone's charged while you're listening to music, but you can't figure out what songs would be just enough time before you have to go back into work. Plague 316. Boom. There's your answer to everything, everyone. Attitude Era. We already discussed that one. Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth. An absolutely brutal track, much like the first track of the last EP, which still offends me. Why do you hate old people so much? What did they do to you, Plague?
Man, that was another time when I was writing that EP. There was a lot of hilarious reels, and so I would just steal the audio directly from the reels. So that song, "The Low Road," talking about if an old person cuts you off in traffic, does whatever, just make sure they know that they're about to die soon, and that you're better than them. Just this was off the wall. So that's how I was feeling when I was writing "You Know My Name." It was very prideful, but I stand by what I said. So Know Your Role, Shut Your Mouth. Of course, Rock slogan, we throw in his soundbite there at the beginning. After 3 boring minutes, The Rock says, "Know Your Role and shut your mouth." It's kind of just a direct shot at anyone who thinks they take that in the music scene. There's so many people who want to give you advice and tell you what you need to do, how you should be doing it, or they're a slightly bigger act than you, so they say, I know more than you do, whatever. But at the end of the day, what works for Linkin Park might not work for me. Mm-hmm. On a smaller scale, what works for Fuzzy Dysfunction might not work for me. So you can give advice in a general term, but there's not one way to make it. So that's where Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth came from. I wanted to make a song with that title before the EP was even a thing. I had another beat and different lyrics worked out for it, and it just wasn't working. Mm-hmm. And so when I decided I'm going to make an EP based off of, kind of wrestling and tie it into everything, I was like, well, let's revisit this and rewrite it. And that's when it became Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth. You mentioned earlier you really like how the mixing and masterings come along, the distortion versus the vocals and the instrumental. I worked with a different engineer this time around, Matt Brooks, who is Cape Fear Butcher. He's the one who features on that song.
Fuck yeah.
That wasn't even planned originally. He was just like, I think it would be cool if we did this. And he just did backing screams and did a little bit of extended stuff in the background. I was like, do a real take on that because that sounds really good. He's like, you don't want to do it? I was like, no, feature on it. Just do it. And so, okay, so he did like 2 or 3 takes or whatever, sent it back to me, mixed it up, and it became Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth.
Love it, man. Love it. And now I need to know, because you said it's from The Rock, so is the next track that you have with The Rock sample going to be called Shut Up, Bitch?
Shut up, bitch! He's so quotable. I could do anything. I could, if we're going off of just Rock quotes, I'm definitely going to write a song at one point called Whoop That Trick.
Oh my God, I want whatever's from the Tooth Fairy. Honestly, that's what I the ones that are family friendly. That would be so funny to hear an angry song with family friendly title. Be like, I'm so proud of you.
You just call it Tooth Fairy, yeah.
Tooth Fairy, that's it, yeah. The Tooth Fairy EP. All right, so the next track we have is Forbidden Techniques, an absolutely killer track. Actually, I should say Attitude Era. We already talked about it, but I should say the beat of it has one super awesome bass line that reminded me of a song from Token, which is one of the greatest rap artists of the modern age. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Oh, I love Token, yeah.
Do you know he's a Kill Tony fan too?
Oh, I didn't. That's awesome.
He went there.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
And took a picture with everybody. And I was like, dude, where's your episode where you're on stage?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, he's awesome. And yeah, your beat, it reminded me of, I don't know if it's the High Heels song or something else, but it's got like the same exact bass tone. And I was so happy to hear that from you because I was like, Plague's gonna fit in to the mainstream. Let's fucking go! Because we want to promote all of you guys that are up and coming artists to be up in the the ranks with these people that are always playing this melodic bullshit. So it's like good to hear that all the time. And same with like new Eminem. Like I'm hoping that like the lyrical hip hop comes back and takes over again because we need it. We need it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
No auto-tune on your stuff.
Speaking of lyrical hip hop, Black Cat Bill's verse on this song is very, very lyrical. I think he says probably twice as much as me and maybe 10 seconds more than me.
Yes.
It's crazy how many words he says in the song. Looking back, it kind of overshadowed me, so I'm definitely going to do another song with him and try to outdo him.
There you go.
I might say, hey, lay your verse down. This is the basic idea, then I'm going to do it after you, and I'm going to do to him what he did to me. But this one just kind of came out of the idea of, okay, I need another song, and I want to work with Black Cat Bill from Dropout Kings. Shout out Bill. Shout out Dropout Kings. One of my favorite bands. One of my favorite independent rappers. And so I messaged him. I was like, hey, like I'm working on this. Really want to work with you. I think he was running a special on features at the time. I was like, hey, were you ever into wrestling, whatever? And we kind of got talking. Of course, we're all into fighting games, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all that stuff. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to kind of go like in this direction. I'm going to send you what I have, and I'll, you go from there. And he works with John Sullivan. That's his engineer. I forget his studio name, but it didn't take long at all. It took maybe a week. He got in the studio with John Sullivan and sent that back to me. And I mean, if you listen to the references in there, like there's a soundbite of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia right at the start. We reference Mortal Kombat. We reference My Hero Academia. We reference Pokemon. There's all kind of stuff. That one's probably the most fun on the album just because how many references there are. I reference Walking Dead in there at one point, swinging for the fences like it's Negan versus Glenn. I brought the baseball bat with the nails in it, bitch, which references Walking Dead and a Dropout King song. That was probably the most fun song on the record because it was awesome to work with someone who I respect that much, and then he came back with like an incredible verse that definitely overshadowed mine in my opinion. But I'm a fan of his, so I'm a fan of the song, so it works.
Dude, I mean, his flow is fucking awesome. It's one of the coolest.
Oh, it's insane.
He's got like this quiety kind of like underwater tone to his voice too. I've always been fond of that. People that can pull it off, like Twista and shit like that. Twista, if he were to spit slower, would sound like that, I should say. So Chris Calico more.
Yeah.
It sounds so good, and I was loving it, and every single moment of it, I actually went back to that song 4 times, I think, by the end of it, because I was like, I have to hear his verse again, because I think I missed a couple of those moments. And so thank you for pointing out all of those references. I have to now listen to it for the 5th time.
You'll hear more as you go through. One of my favorite things he says is, I'm like Bo Raicho with the verbs. It's absurd. Bo Raicho is like the drunk character from Mortal Kombat. It's hilarious. Hilarious.
Super Easter egg. Okay, gotcha. All right, so the next track we have is Drawing Heat, Say Hello to the Bad Guys, which is originally a single. How did this one end up on the album?
So yeah, it was kind of just the same idea. It fit with everything. Drawing heat, for those not in the wrestling thing, drawing heat is something a heel, which is the bad guy, quote unquote, will do to draw heat from the audience, basically to elicit a reaction. There are heels and there are baby faces. Baby faces, think something like John Cena, been a baby face pretty much his whole career. They're going to draw a reaction from just being cool, rescuing someone, whatever. A heel will draw heat by saying something messed up, by hitting someone with a chair where the ref's not looking, taking out the ref, whatever. So drawing heat is kind of basically the idea. Me and my buddy Dead XO Laughter, my buddy Jerry from New York, basically just sick of people in the music scene. It's kind of what the whole thing is basically about, but just frustrated, dealing with a lot of fake people. He was dealing with some stuff from his former band he was a vocalist of, and then some stuff happened. He ended up leaving / whatever. But basically the song is just a shot at those people. I say a lot of stuff in my verse. The scene's not your family. The scene's not your friend. No matter what people might try to push, at the end of the day, you have to look out for yourself, and you might come across a small group of people who you can end up trusting, but not to the extent that people want you to trust and be open with. So drawing heat, say hello to the bad guys, basically saying we're going to make ourselves villains to get your attention since we tried to do it your way and it didn't work.
Oh my God, I love it. And I actually understood the heel reference because my friend Eddie, who I actually protected on that stream against that jackass, he actually told me what a heel was because I was watching AEW. I think we were both watching AEW, and I was trying to tell him, like, why is Jungle Boy like a dick now? And he's like, oh, he's a heel. And I'm like, what? And so he explained it. Yeah. And so, like, yeah, like you said, babyface. So that's like Orange Cassidy. He's a babyface right now. They haven't done anything to make him a villain. But the ones that do become villains have more like charisma, I could say. Like that's usually like they have a character arc if they become good people again or not. And I mean, Jon Moxley was the hardest heel I've ever seen. He killed, not literally for all of those people that are easily offended by that word, he destroyed almost everyone he competed against, especially Orange Cassidy, who is the absolute babyface of all nice people. He absolutely bloodied him up in Chicago, and I was like, oh my God, he was one of my favorite guys to watch. I was like, no.
I have an Orange Cassidy shirt in my closet. That guy's awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is it the one with the sunglasses? Is it like gray and blue tie-dye? Dude, no way.
Oh, it's not tie-dye. It's just white, but he has the sunglasses, and it's just like his picture on a white tee.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
I have mine right now. Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, grab it. I'll grab mine.
Okay. No way. We got the same one. The thing is that mine's blue.
Oh, dude, that's weird. It's the same shit. Just yours is like blue tie-dye and mine's white.
Yeah, like mine is like bluish, grayish tie-dye, and I fucking love it. It's a great shirt. Overall, he is the man of all men, man. This guy...
Dude, he's the dude. Pockets.
He's the dude in the pockets. You get it. Like, people, if you don't watch wrestling and you wanted to just watch one performer where you're like, I'm tired of all of this stage stuff, just watch this guy maneuver and evade any attack with his hands in his pockets. It is one of the coolest things you could ever imagine. Anyone that is armless out there, bless your soul for handling life as you do. But you guys absolutely can kick people's ass, and I believe it now because I've seen a man do it multiple times.
Right. He's usually wearing jeans too. Then he'll do a kip up and he's back on his feet even if he gets knocked to the ground. It's crazy.
I think I've seen him with full body weight jump up into the air, grab a guy by the neck, and do a DDT. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Crazy good wrestling, and I love it. And I love that we have so much wrestling involved in your work here because, like I say, I promote people with passion, and Jacob loves wrestling as much as he loves music. He combined the two together and made something extraordinary. Once again, Plague 316. Go and check it out. 11 minutes. It doesn't take long. Show everybody that is over the age of 18. It is not for kids.
Definitely not for kids.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Die Mad. Die Mad is the one where I have no idea what to think about it. I have listened to the track multiple times, and I always think, I'm like, is this supposed to be the most angry one? Because it's missing the heaviness that I get from the other ones. Mm-hmm. The anger in your voice is there, but you come from like these hard riffs, especially on the last track, and you're just like, wait. Yeah. What happened? Because you go back and forth between rap and rock and rap and metal, and I love that you do that, by the way. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this one's definitely the odd one out. Sonically, it's probably closer to Attitude Era, so you would think it would be like more toward the front of the record. Yeah. And I toyed with like the order a little bit because originally I had Attitude Era going directly into Plague 316, but sonically, like when you had the record finished, it didn't really fit going into it. So I was like, okay, well, what if we do this? What if we do Die Mad? But then you have heavy, the rest of the record. So I landed on Attitude Era and to Know Your Role, Shut Your Mouth. And I kind of built the rest around that. Plague 316 being last is fine because that was the first single anyway. So if someone's actually going to finish it out, they're going to listen to that. Forbidden Techniques was a single. Drying Heat was a single. So it kind of just came from that. the way my process is, like when I find stuff, sometimes people hit me up with a beat and I'll like it, but usually I have to find something and buy a lease for it or buy it outright. And I was just looking. It's like, okay, the way I write, I always have words first before anything else. I might have a basic idea of how something sounds in my head, but typically I can make it work with anything to a certain degree. So I was just looking and I was like, okay, this is kind of like bouncy. So I was like looking at like through one of the producers I had, and I just saw this like, okay, let's do this. So it's more hooky than anything. You know, you have like a pre-chorus, nothing but hook in the front, and then you have something in the end, and then you have similar stuff in the middle, but then the verses are different. So it's kind of wild card out there, but I like it. I don't know how well it fits with everything else, but I mean, the message is, I'm here to stay. There are so many people around us that are making music and getting opportunities that people who are really serious about this kind of thing are missing out on, because there are some weekend warriors and some people who aren't in this for the long haul, soaking up the good opportunities. Basically, the song's basically just saying, you know, I'm here to stay. You can die mad if you don't like it. At the end of the song, I say, you know, it's Plague Beast versus everybody. That's what it is at the end of the day. If I don't have any friends, it's still me versus everyone else. It's still me versus, you know, people I'm close with, my friends. At the end of the day, I need that attention. I need that spotlight. I need this as my career more than you do. I guarantee it. At the end of the day, no matter how much someone else loves music, I love music more. And in my opinion, I deserve it more because of what I'm willing to do and how I see things. I wish nothing but the best for, you know, people who are good and people who are in it for the right reasons. But at the end of the day, I have to get mine.
Yes, absolutely. I love that message. And now I will once again listen with a nuanced perspective. I always miss something, and then I have the artist either explain it to me or I find it out years from now, and then I message that artist and I go, hey, guess what? I was stupid.
So 73rd listen, I just found this.
You wouldn't believe how many times it took me to listen to Imagine by the Beatles, not Imagine, Yesterday by the Beatles, to realize it was not a happy song.
No.
So I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I'm singing it the wrong way, because I did it for, what was it? The Voice. I chose that song. No, the American Idol, sorry. The Voice was Sound of Silence, which I did not do well on because they gave me 3 tries. Like, I wanted to have the one try in front of the judges thing, and it was digitally sent to them, and it's like, we'll tell you what we think in 2 weeks, and it's like...
Okay. I didn't know you auditioned for American Idol and The Voice, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. Before I was 30, I had this, like, end of, you know, your 20s thing. I was like, I want to make sure that I get on one of these shows, or if not both of them, just, like, showing my talent. That's all I want to do. I just want to perform it, and if I get on TV, that's cool. If I don't, at least I have that experience. And of course, I didn't plan to do it during the pandemic. So when that happened, and then everything moved to Zoom and whatever else they had you go through, like links, I had one American Idol. I got to actually see the person I was performing for. So I was seeing them having a human connection. The Voice, it was literally just me with my camera. And it was like, did you not like your recording? Try again. And I was like, what? Like, imagine all of those professional people that always wanted a second chance. You get that. Also, that's a scam, because that means that you're not a good one-time performer, which is what you need to be in order to be a star. Duh.
Right. Right.
It's not like, oh, you go out on stage on TV where everyone's watching you and be like, oh, sorry, I messed up. Let's try again. That's not happening.
Right.
You gotta be like, oh, oops. So, like, in my mind, I was like, I'm not good for this, but at least I had that experience to tell my kids, I tried it. Let's see.
Right, exactly.
And I did get a good compliment from the American Idol guy. He was very impressed with my pitch. He said I had perfect pitch. So I was like, I will carry this for the rest of my life. I now know what I was made for. To be told I was a perfect pitch. Woohoo!
Right.
Yeah, no, I love it though. I love singing still, and I'd rather do it for fun anyway. So I'm glad that none of them liked me, so that I can continue doing what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
To finish off your album, the title track, Plague 316, we get an absolute great hit at the end here. And like you said, it was a single by itself. And the only thing I was like, why omit the one song I'm in love with? The main song that absolutely blew my mind with the amount of metal that you included in it, Poser, was unfucking believable. Re-listening to your discography today, I was like, dude, this song belongs on an album. Full LP, if you will.
That will happen eventually. It just didn't fit the concept of everything else I was going for, unfortunately.
No worries at all. Hopefully the next EP, which wink wink, will be coming in the future.
Yes, already in the I have everything demoed out pretty much, but I'm just securing a couple more features, and I'll get it to the engineer, and we'll go from there. We'll be doing this all over again.
Awesome, man. I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that you're making this time, even though you have these jobs that you're working, both being a father, a husband, and taking care of your music. That's a lot. The real job is, something that we have to do. We all have a real job, and, whether you love it or hate it, you have to do it. And
right.
it will hopefully financially support you enough so that you can actually do these things that you love to do the most. And
exactly.
In my opinion, I think that you should be blowing up more and more now, especially since you've been grinding for this whole 2-year period at this point. And I'm just hoping to see you in Chicago, man. So if you ever have a tour date coming into town, I am not afraid of the city anymore. I do go out to see anybody that's going to be on the podcast. Anyone. They'll be
Fantastic.
like, Dan, it's a Wednesday night. There's going to be 5 people in the audience. I'm there and I'm recording you.
Perfect.
Going to get your name out there for everybody to see. That's what I care about most.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say when. It will be a win. I will be out that way eventually. We'll make it happen. We can do an interview in the green room or something. It'll be good.
Yes. And I'll have to bring my equipment, and hopefully we won't have any quality issue, because that's my biggest issue is like I can't control the environment if it's in a live setting as opposed to a small room with everyone asleep. It's a very easy thing to be like, okay, well, everyone just be quiet, I'm doing an interview.
Right,
or they're
exactly.
asleep, so they don't have to worry. But it's like in that space, you could have some random drunk dude screaming at the top of his lungs behind us. You could have a band practicing, and that's where it's the challenge of like that experience. So my friend Brian of the VIP Soundcheck, props to you, man, for always finding a way to not have any of that shit in your background. I can only imagine how many takes I would have to be like, okay, nope, we gotta stop. That dude was screaming too loudly. Be like, hey, shut up. What? Hold on. Let me get this exact here. Be like, know your role and shut your mouth.
Perfect.
Excellent. All right, man. I'm so happy to have you back here. I know that we're both getting tired as it isn't later in the time for both of us. What is something you want to tell all of your actual supportive friends and fans for the future, this upcoming year, 2025? What is it looking like for Plague?
Man, new everything. New merch on the way, new music on the way. Like I said, I'm just securing a couple features that I'll be having the next full EP getting mixed. I'll be working on other just standalone stuff in the meantime too for more weekly releases again. I stopped on that for a while because I was in between engineers with the kind of sound I wanted. So there'll be more music, hopefully bigger shows. This will air, I think you said sometime around Christmas, but I'm playing December 1st at the Secret Group with my dudes Notions, Indirections, Imperial Tide, Post Profit, a bunch of other people. January 10th, Haltom City, which is Dallas area. I'm playing a festival with Diggy Graves, Oni Inc. Hopefully it's just all uphill from there. The next 2 shows I have lined up are big for me. I'm really excited about them, and I'm going to try to just make sure the opportunities I accept are just up and up and up from there. Hopefully get on some tours and, just have some good connections with the audience, because that's what it's all about, is just building the fan base, building the community. To the people that actually support me, actually give a damn about what I'm doing, thank you. I don't know how I'll repay you. Come see me at the merch table. We'll work something out.
That is excellent, man. I'm so happy for you overall. I'm so glad that you're able to meet all of these people and have these connections and have these opportunities that come across, because, there's a lot of people that are overlooked because they're not in the certain genre, or they're not in the hype crew or whatever it's going to be. And all of those people can absolutely fuck themselves, because there are good people like you and Breaking Serenity, on my hat I should shout out as well, who are blowing up so much so that their festival next year in March is going to be at the Whiskey A Go-Go, bro.
Let's go. Good for
Like,
Breaking Serenity.
You cannot be bigger than that in the, you know, Southern California area. That is a huge venue to be part of. So I'm so happy to see any of you guys getting the success that you do deserve as artists, as people that actually give a shit about what you're doing and not just pressing play on a computer.
Right.
Like, that is the thing that matters most. You're bringing real music to people's ears. You're being as raw as possible. And for you specifically, you're being as honest and brutally honest as you always can be. And I love it. I absolutely love it. The only man who I want to listen to when I want to be pissed.
Well, if you like that, you're gonna love the next stuff. It's already heavier. It's already more honest. You know, you record something and then you have it for so long, and then you're already thinking, how can I top this? How can I do this? So there's already more stuff coming. I will say the next EP, it's like Plague Beast, but with breakdowns.
Yes. Okay, put Poser on that one. Definitely. Dude, the end of that song, every single time when you guys are like, bring that shit back, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Like, I can only imagine what that would look like live in person. My friend Sinister Styles of Breaking Serenity, he absolutely would kill it in the pit. If you ever had a Texas show that moved over to California for one day, I would be like, dude, go down there and get the pit started. He is absolutely insane. He's Sinister the Clown, and he gets riled up. Everybody's doing, you know, jump kicks and all kinds of shit. So it's what the fuck's up Denny's kind of people.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Thanks again for joining me. All of you guys are absolutely amazing for being here. But what would be even more amazing, just to say Merry Christmas to this amazing man. He needs all of your help to get into that top range with all of his numbers. So please stream your favorite song. Go find it. Go listen to it, that whole album. If you hate it, that's fine, but at least stream it once. That's all you got to do. Just one time. Each of you, 100 people. That's all he needs. He will be able to see how many people are loving whatever song, and then he'll make more of that for you, because he's a smart businessman. I was talking about this with the Linkin Park comparison before. He knows what he's talking about, even though he says it's not for him with whatever everyone else is doing. He's the master of his own craft, and that is why he is on this podcast.
Man, always high praise coming from you, Dan. I really appreciate it. And like you said, Plague 316 is 11 minutes and 11 seconds. That is my tribute to Skyrim. If you listen to it one time through, I will make like a fraction of a penny. But if more than one of you listen one time through, I will make 1 penny. Do with that information what you will.
If he gets a time machine and goes back to the 1400s, he could be a rich man in no time.
Ooh. I'm in. Imagine how much farther ahead I would be if I had more money.
Be like, here's the $100 from the future. Wow!
Like, I would just reenact Back to the Future. I'm betting on everything. Like, I'm writing down, okay, bet on this, bet on this, bet on the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson rigged fight. Like, money, money, money. Let's go. Plague Beast Worldwide.
Let's go, bro. Oh, my God. I love this, man. This was such a great time. Thank you guys for listening. I hope all of you have a great night, and stay safe out there. Peace.